My channel Krishacareertalks. So in today's video, as relationship that means, so what I mean about relationship is connecting objects together. Already we have created employee, I mean to say, we have created student object. So we can like relate, I mean, we can connect with the professor object. This how a connection will happen, and the connection of connecting objects together is called relationship. Okay, so here there are actually 4 or 5 types I can say of relationships. And yes, all the interview questions related to relationships, at least we get 2-3 questions, interview questions based on relationships. Mainly the questions are related to master detail, lookup, and probably self, and also junction object. Yeah, so this you guys need to be more perfect with understanding clearly about the relationships in Salesforce. So to make you guys to be more clear, I'm going in a very slow mode so that you can easily pick up the concepts. And to get more into depth, you can just refer the trailhead for the same concept. So as I said, we have 5 relationships. So we need to go one by one. So what do you mean by lookup? And what do you mean by master detail, many to many, self, and hierarchy? So these all relations you need to understand. So basically, when you say one to many, so that means for one object, we are connecting one record. For the one object, we are connecting to many records, or you can say one to many. That is, example, if you have a one student, okay, if you have a one professor, then we can give, like, for that professor, multiple students we can assign for. So that means one professor will be giving so many students assigned to him to teach the subject. So this is how a student-professor relationship will be. Here in relationship, when you talk about, generally relationship will be happening between 2 objects. One will be the primary and other will be the secondary. So what is primary? What is secondary? That you need to find out whenever 2 objects are given to you, because based on the primary and secondary only, we can create the relationship, either one to many, or I mean to say either lookup or master detail. These 2 relationships you can create until you understand about the primary and secondary. So when you have 2 objects, student and professor, so how you need to find out, like, which is the primary and which is the secondary. So those things you can, just to make you guys understand more clearly, just have taken some notes. You can study these notes because if think that your professor, it's an object we can create in the application, as we have created DCU students. Similarly, you can create DCU professors. And for that professor, you just name it, like think that he is Harry, and students, you have a student A and student B. Okay. So if that is the case, one professor will be given 50 students, right? Similarly, one student will be given 50 professors. So which one you think it is more something like understandable? When you say A and B options, we can say definitely one professor is assigned with so many students, but one student not assigned with, like example, if you take one professor assigned to 50 students, yeah, that is something meaningful. But one student assigned to 50 professors, is it possible? Or one student assigned to 100 professors, is it possible? No. So it should be meaningful when you talk about the relationship. Hence, one professor is assigned to many students. That's why professor will become the primary object and the student will be secondary. So which is the one, that one object is made the primary. Similarly, to make you guys clearly understand, when you have a company and you have employees, okay? So one company will have thousands of employees, right? Fine. Similarly, one employee can have thousands of companies. Is it meaningful to talk? No, right? So that means in this case, as an example for the company and the employee, when you say company, because which is the one, and for the one company, we have many number of employees assigned to it. Hence, primary object will be, you can say primary object is employee and secondary object is a primary object will be company and secondary object will be employee. So this is how it goes. So similarly, just these are the examples. Like when you have a two object, you should be in a position to like tell like exactly which is the primary, which is the secondary. So when you take one employee as an object and salary slips as an other object, salary slip is something like you have the records in that Jan, Feb, March, April, like that, month-wise salary slips. You have 12 records probably, right? And you have employees. So in this case, which is primary, which is secondary? That how you know it? So how you should, what will be the meaningful pattern of connecting? Which is primary, which is secondary? That means here, primary, we are taking salary slip. That is, and secondary, we are taking as employee. So what it exactly means is, so that means I'm telling that if a salary slip is 1, okay, that salary slip, we think that it is a January salary slip, right? For January, you will assign one single salary slip to many employees, okay? And the data will differ, right? For Jan salary slip is the common record, but in that record, irrespective of like each employee's data will be different. If so and so employee salary is this much, if so and so employee salary is this much, that means we are telling for one salary slip, that is think that on January is a record, and employee we have for 100 employees will be giving the same salary slip, but you think that the data will be different based on their designation, they'll be getting the salary. So this how you just guys make understand clearly more about which is primary, which is secondary. So this, it's very important. You need to understand clearly, then only we can create a relationship between these two. So here, after you were given two objects and you are finding out one primary, other secondary. Primary is the one which is only one, and secondary is multiple. So one company, multiple employees, one professor, many students. Similarly, one salary slip, many employees. Okay. So this is how we need to understand about the primary and secondary objects. So now coming to the point of the relationships, as I said, we have 5 relationships, lookup, master detail, many-to-many, hierarchy, and self. So we need to go one by one to understand the relationship part. So here you can say, as I said, we need to create other object, which is called the DC professors, that you can create, and how you link those two, that you can see in the field cell relationships also. Here we have different types. When you click on new, you can see here See, you can see here, lookup, master detail, external lookup. So these all relationships we can create on this object. So as per assignment, you be prepared to create one object, be professor. And in next video of day 7, I'll be showing you lookup and master detail practical examples, how it goes. So I think, yeah, this is the end of this today's video, guys. So please share, subscribe, and like so that you will be making helpful to other students who are like the same training course as I'm doing here. It's similar to whatever you'll be getting in an online classroom training. So guys, please subscribe so that, yeah, you can help others to learn freely and be confident in your respective careers. Thank you.